We're back into the crypto market and we see XRP is leading the entire market. So will this be the case as we go through this bull season which we are about to start, or we are already in it? Right now you see XRP is like 4% for the day, whereas Bitcoin is down 2.5, Ether is down 2. Stock market is not doing well. XRP has done comparatively much better. 8% over the last week. This is really good. The volume in XRP is actually increasing. Compared to where we were 3 weeks back, we are now 3.5 times where we were. Right now, you need to understand one of the biggest pot of money in the world is pension funds, right? They are entering into this world of crypto. So as they enter, that's a lot of money coming in. You have a lot of different scenarios evolving. Say this from UK actually shows like there is a lot of issues which is just starting. That means governments will have to come on and do something from their part. So here in the US, you actually see, okay, they are doing some kind of stimulus, whether that's a tax refund or this. Governments are literally putting billions of dollars into the market, back into the market, right? XRP against BTC was showing something like this in the morning. Say that's when, I was like, okay, there is a possibility. Now, this is a short-term chart, right? This is literally a 2-hour chart. So when I posted this in the group, I was like, okay, there is a possibility this is going to break higher. And what happened? In some time, it just moved up. So again, a 2-hour chart. So when you're looking at that, just 6 hours after that, you see this is what is happening in the price action. So here you notice that the RSI is showing you, I'm going to break higher. That is there. MACD was about to cross higher on the positive zone. That's really interesting to note because as soon as he crossed, it went up. The momentum increased on that time frame, not on a higher time frame. So as you step back, if you're looking for a medium-term scenario like last 1.5 years and trying to look like what was the momentum, what's the price doing right now, what is the probability, you kind of see this. Okay, so this is what you are looking for next couple of months or even 2 to 3 months. This is the most conservative scenario. But we all know when we break out, we start to get a lot of FOMO and the momentum. So what's going to happen before that? Short-term scenario, right? We are looking at that and it is like a 12-hour chart where it actually shows here clearly. We broke higher. Even at this point, when we go back to look at what the price was actually showing us, we are holding about that level. So we broke higher and we are holding at that level. That means your next leg is going to be somewhere close to 0.63, 0.65. Mostly the algorithms will actually, kind of interfere with that. So 0.63 to 0.65 is what we are going to look at. But one of the most interesting fact for anyone in the altcoin market right now is the altcoin market is not doing anything. So what really is happening in the market? You see like, okay, it's volatile, but it's not green. It's not bullish. It's still staying there without much of an action. And it's like sideways movement for some time, right? So now you see XRP is moving. Now it's not only XRP, I will have except that. It's like, fundamental tokens. Like you will actually literally see XDC moving today, XRP moving today, XLM moving today, HBAR moving today. All of these are payment tokens, so fundamental tokens, right? They are moving. And where is the money coming from? The altcoin market is showing you it's not the entire market moving up. The market is still there. So money is moving within the market. People are choosing different assets compared to what they are in right now. Money is rebalancing. And that is really interesting to see because as we go higher and new money comes in, they are going to follow the coins which are trending higher. And this time, XRP is going to lead the bull market. Let's watch how that's going to evolve. This is the scientific investor family, where the normal common retail guys learn how to become world's top 10%. So they are going to reach there. Yeah, you need perseverance. If you look at the last video, we really talked about how this is all going to happen. And right now, it really makes sense to actually observe that there is a lot more money coming in here. When you are looking at Ether, the volume is way lower than what it was last month or the month before that. But right now, for XRP, you observe like, okay, the volume is increasing. It really is interesting to see, like, as of now, it's 340 million in buy and 320 million in sell. So buyers are still pushing the market. It's not a huge difference, but it is still a difference which is pushing the market to the upside, right? Now, when we look at the entire market and then look at XRP, we literally can get an understanding of this is what we are eyeing at. Now, there is a little bit of difference. Say, I'm being so conservative here in this approach. I'm using a log scale chart. Great. So inside this, we are trying to reduce the noises and scale it, in which you see a conservative approach. So you have not broken higher in this approach. Great. The RSI did break higher with a higher high and then a breakout. That's great. But when you go on to a normal scale, not a log scale, you actually see like we are at the verge of that breakout. We are going to break higher here. So now what we want to know in the market is like, okay, if we are going to get massive momentum from here, that means majority of XRP holders or traders or investors don't use log scale chart. If we actually observe that the price slows down somewhere close to 0.6, that means majority actually follow log scale chart, or at least the big money in XRP, they follow the log scale. So this is like, okay, big money is using this and they think it is going to be a resistance. Price slows down there. Whereas if it is breaking higher, we will shift on to this one because big money is using this one in this asset. So what we are going to look at is a massive volume coming in and breaking higher. Now, why would I say that? When you go look at XRP BTC, right now you actually see a daily candle which is like this, which is bullish. You know, it's a shaped bullish candle. And it is coming back into the market after a short-term corrective action, which actually for me looks like a rounded bottom pattern, which is happening after a first leg of upside. So automatically this is your first run up. And this kind of, those who remember the repeating patterns we have done back in 2021, early 2021, we talked about this pattern evolving in various crypto assets and then they starting to move higher, boom, right? So you just look at what happened here. Before we started to move, we had same pattern, a rounded bottom, which came back above the moving average and went boom, right? Now, what we are also observing at the moment is that the bullish shaped candle, which is bouncing above the moving average here, is after a correction, which actually shows you we are here. So the possibility of XRP running against BTC is like this. We are going to see this momentum continuing. One, it's not only in the short-term scenario you are actually looking at this. In the long to medium-term scenario, when you are eyeing this, literally you did not come back down. Now, I know a lot of us really wanted to see XRP back at 0.38, 0.4 or that range, which would have been, you know, a healthy area to say, okay, people took profit, the sellers actually pushed the price lower, the price came low and more units were bought. That would have been a healthy scenario. But what we are observing in the market right now is that no, we don't want to go lower. Now, that may not be the best scenario for long-term price momentum. Imagine you are thinking about $30 for the wave 2. Now it can be 26, 24 because you lost that initial accumulation, drying up of that supply at a lower price. Now, this is basically probability and statistics. When you look at this economy, you look at the price of an asset, and if the price drops, the quantity demanded increases. Basically, say for example, if you are going to buy 100 units of XRP, 1,000 units of XRP, 10,000 or a million at this price, and tomorrow morning you did not make that purchase today, and tomorrow morning you see the price is lower, you tend to buy more units. So right now, yes, it may not be the best scenario for the top end, but on the short term, you are literally going to see the prices going up. Yes, your support level was here, but now you're not actually looking to come back and retest that level. If you are coming back, you are looking at the price coming back to retest this range, not this range, because you already have a valid pattern which was trending up and you broke higher. Great. Now we go back to the XRP USD for that matter, and you see it is also following similar pattern. Now, if you keep your mind focused, then you take the XRP BTC, XRP USD, keep this in mind, and then you go on further to look at the XRP dominance, because this is including the dollar, all the pairs, dollar, BTC, XRP, BUSD against everything else. What really is happening? The dominance right now is surging. You don't even see a long wick here at the top. You zoom in and you look, there is no wick. Buyers are controlling the day, pushing it to the upside, and the momentum is great. Right now, you did not get across back up in the MACD, and you're just going to do that. As you do that, you tend to get higher momentum. Now that is going to be another added advantage as we talk through this, because you remember this, as you zoom out, you had daily closes on a 3-day chart, which was here, say close to 2.6, and right now you're 2.72. So now, yes, you still have time to get the candle close, but if you do get that candle close here, that's increasing momentum in XRP dominance. So that really means you are now looking at something where you feel like XRP is going to make a continuation pattern in the dominant side. If you remember, this is a weekly candle, right? So in last 3 weeks, we've discussed about this forming a continuation pattern. Now the chances really looks like we are going to make that. Now, what does that actually mean? If you get a 3-candle continuation pattern like we talked, this is going to be the start of the bull run. Now, it's not only that one case you're observing, you're also looking at the RSI saying, okay, you reached or you touched the overbought territory, but you corrected and then you're bouncing back immediately back into that range. So people are not waiting for the price to come lower to buy. Whenever there is a little bit of correction, they are jumping in because they don't think the price is going to go lower. Now, the issue here is that it's not the ton of new money coming into the market. We can go check and verify that. But what we are observing is a lot of money being moved out of other assets. So you go look at the asset class like this, you see some of them are grinding higher, some of them are bursting higher. Great to see all of this happening. Now, we literally had calls on other coins in this one, which I cannot share here, but they are now breaking higher. Now, literally, the top performing assets in this top 3, we bought that today morning before they started moving, right? And I shared that instantly in the Telegram group and give you why I bought that, the chart, right? Short term. Today, I actually, went even further looking at the fundamentals of that asset, short term, medium term. What are we looking for this particular asset for next 2 to 3 months, right? And that is what we are doing in the Patreon. If you want to have a look at that, get an access to that, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description. Now, inside this market cycle, when you look at things evolving, you are certainly going to be surprised with the price action, which comes in with highly correlated assets. Now, the correlation I'm talking about is about XRP. Because right now, what you are observing in the market is, say, XRP, XLM, Maker, Elrond, eCash, all of them seems to be kind of correlated, in which you have a higher correlation of XRP to Maker than XRP to XLM. So you kind of see them, they are like 95% correlated, right? Even Elrond looks similar to that of Maker. So they are kind of highly correlated. So if you're trading, make sure you're not buying both of those. Because if the trend slows down, both of them will go down together. You want to be another highly correlated asset with another section. So you are like, okay, section A, B, C, uncorrelated. You be there in different assets. So if you're trading, make sure you're aware of that. Now, going to look at the current scenario of Bitcoin to see like where the demand is right now. you actually see like, okay, a lot of money going into the fiat exchange is reducing, and the crypto exchange is reducing. So for me, that means either no new BTC is going much into the crypto assets. They have already done that, maybe yesterday, maybe day before yesterday. Now, what we really would like to know is the position of people in the USDT, which is like a stable coin, to buy more assets. Great. So here on the demand side of that, it is like 1.7 billion on daily, in which 1 billion actually went into the crypto exchanges. If you are moving stable coin, dry powder to a crypto exchange, most likely you are going to buy. And when you are going to buy, will you buy the assets which are going down on that time horizon? Unless you are, averaging down on them, or if you're entering a new trade, will you look for the assets which are starting to trend higher in that time frame? Now, big money usually don't look for like a week or two. They usually look for at least 6 months, a year, and more for the new trend. And some of these here in red do show that they are starting a new trend. So that's like a buy the low, buy the dip scenario for some of these, right? Now we are in some of the trades in these, and we actually do that. We buy the dip. Now, why is that? Because you not only look at this range of price action, you go look at the entire range, 1/4 for the minimum, to see which of these are trending higher. Then you look for a year to see where they are. Have they done their run, or they are just starting? Because you want to maximize at least to the 70% to get that run. Now, going back to the XRP, you can actually look at XRP Ether pair to see like what XRP is doing against the altcoins. Right now, what we have checked is against Bitcoin, which is like the entire market. But if you are focusing on the entire altcoins, it's always better to look against Ether. So right now, I know people were discussing clearly about this is going to be a fake out, you're going to drop back. But my perspective back then and right now is like, okay, you broke one range which we held as a resistance for some time, like, it's been literally like 1 year, and you broke that level. Now you retested and bounced. So for me, that's like, okay, that does not actually show like you're going to come back down. And the next thing which we are doing right now is this level of candle closes. So the previous candles, you get see 1, 2, 3, 4 closed below this level. Right now you're moving above that level. So if you get a candle close like this or above this, it's a change in scenario, and your trading range of this particular bull flag is now invalid. You are going for a higher level where your measured move against altcoins is going to be 90%. Remember, against Bitcoin, it was like 65, but for Ether or the altcoins, it's going to be 80-90%. So again, going back to what I've said, I definitely think money is being moved in between, rebalance inside the crypto market itself, and especially the alt market. Some of those which are dropping, people just drop them and jump onto the other coins which are moving higher. And if that's a coin with a lot of fundamentals, then the movement or the flow of money coming in the XRP will increase. Now, if you look at this, people do understand like, okay, we were trying to make a base here. We kind of put in a base. Great. Now we go look at the same scenario on a long-term chart. In the long-term chart, what we are observing right now is another interesting factor. We traded inside this range for like 2 years, and then right now you're breaking through that level of resistance. Now this is really interesting to watch, because as you look at your RSI, this is like a range which you've been below. You broke that, you retested that, and now you are bouncing. So if you're looking for a short-term scenario, first thing you're looking at is like what's going to be the short-term movement. That's like 70-75% from the breakout. So you still have that. Now, that's just to show you that we were coming to the downside. We consolidated there. We are now breaking higher. A new trend is just starting. And as the new trend is starting, you need to keep this in mind that during this entire period, this is making a higher low. Now, why is that important? I'll actually take you to another crypto asset. which we used to trade before. And if you are a long-term holder, this is the good news again. So we'll delete all this. And now look at this. During the bear market, last bear market, the real bear market, not the corrective session of a wave, you actually see engine was making higher lows, right? Each time it come back, it's a new high, it's a new low, it's a new higher low. Great. And then you bounce, you go nuts. Great. So for a big cap coin like this, doing big numbers was not actually bad. It was kind of inside the picture, which was clear, saying, okay, if I break this one, I'm going to do a 10x. So as you break this one, you actually see the price going even higher than that. But the candle closes here, say around 11, 12x. So you did do that measured move. Great. So now, if you come back to what we've just talked about, the pair in Ether and the pair in Bitcoin, you are going to observe that the XRP is going to gain a lot more momentum. And that's what we are observing in the XRP dominance. Remember, we talked about the scenario clearly about XRP dominance doing a 10x, reaching 25 to 27. Now we are at 2.7. We talked about that scenario when we were on 2.4, 2.5. This is coming. Whether you agree or not, the price is going to do magical stuff. If you've been waiting for like 4 or 5 years, now it's almost there. Now you may need another year of patience to actually reach the top of wave 3. But if you are just happy with wave 2, it may not be that long. It can be 3 months, it can be 6 months, it will happen within that. Like the only thing which we don't want to happen at this time is the world going for a nuclear war. Because if that's happening, the internet is down, the electricity is down, everything is down, no one cares about investing. Right? So keeping that world is ending tomorrow scenario away, you are looking at something great. We talked about this scenario too, a bounce in the dollar, reaching this level of resistance and getting rejected from there to the downside, which is the positive sign for all the markets because it will actually put in a lower high and then we go down and we expect it to make a new low, which is a lower low, which is going to be supported around 108, 109 range. So from here, USD is going to drop. But what's not interesting is the oil. Now it is at the range we talked before. We told there's going to be a resistance range and we are having much higher momentum going into the resistance. That's not looking really good because if this one is bursting higher, that literally means your gas prices at your oil bank is going to be much higher. This is slowly going to impact your cost of living again. It is going to go back higher if it is going back higher. But if it gets rejected close to 95 and drop back down, that's a great scenario we want to see. Oil going all the way back down to 60. But we just got the news recently like, no, the OPEC is actually going to reduce the supply in a way that they will maintain the price. Whether Europe says a price cap or US says that they don't care because they are the one who is producing that. So you're not doing a business as a charity. Literally, they will try to make money on that. Whether we agree with that or not, that's a different story. But yeah, the macro fundamental right now is not that bad. The money is going to come in. Just we don't want a nuclear war. Except for that, we are going to see the entire market moving higher, in which XRP is going to be the biggest gainer in the top 100 for sure. In my humble opinion, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm betting my money on that. So guys, if you receive value for your time, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're looking for more updates on different assets, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below where you can jump on. So guys, that's it for today. I'll meet you on the next video. Bye-bye.